and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Are you okay, Nelson?
I lost my voice a little bit right at the start.
Man, this is not off to a good start.
Yeah, like instantly, it was terrible.
Are you nervous now? It's taken a few, like 100 and something episodes, but now you're like, oh my god.
People listen to this. Nah, it's a joke. Nobody listens to this. No.
Well, a dedicated few.
Yeah. Cambo, enough chit chat. I've heard you've had an amazing week.
Nelson, the week I've had. No, okay, a peek behind the curtain for this show. Just before you hit record, I'm like, just quickly, I did nothing this week. Don't throw to me, because sometimes you like to throw to me, and I have nothing to say. But I hear...
You ruined it. You could have come up with something brilliant. And instead, you chose to do nothing.
a disease.
Okay.
I want to name the disease because I don't want the glory.
Okay. Wait, have you told anyone?
No.
You just cured a disease.
But then I'm like, but then if I tell anyone, they'll be like, he's a hero, and I don't want that, so I just destroyed all my work.
Yeah. Good. That's fair enough. I can understand.
I won't say what it is, but it rhymes with Elshmimers.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Nelson, I hear you went to a secret wedding.
I went to a secret wedding.
Okay.
Cambo, you know what? If there's one thing I've learned this week, so you can't trust family.
Okay. Oh, that's an important lesson.
Can't trust them. If you've got family, do you have family?
Yeah.
Don't trust them. It's terrible. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you get a message from like your mum saying, "Hey, Nelson, love you," you'd be like, "What the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
What is this?
What's the scheme here? Huh?
Who are we ripping off?
You want money? You want money? Is that it? Huh, mum?
I've transferred you $100. Don't text me again."
Yeah. Take the $100. Just get out of my life.
I get it.
Yes, so we went. My sister had a wedding, and it was secret because
it was supposed to be an engagement party. Is that right?
No, just free tacos. She just said, "Hey guys," just like she wrote a mass email to all family and friends and said, "Hey, we found out there's some free tacos at this place at this time of day.
Yep.
And
wear a suit.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Wear a suit." But and then you know what I decided to do was like, well, I better get there real early because there'll probably be a huge line.
Yeah, free tacos.
Free tacos doesn't come up very often, does it?
No.
So I was there 6 a.m. Didn't start to 5:30. Boy, was I annoyed. Not one taco the whole night. But yeah, it was engagement. And then to a wedding. I had a suspicion, you know.
I think everyone that goes to one of those surprise weddings always kind of thinks.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain vibe about a secret wedding engagement party.
Yeah.
I feel where you can just tell one of them's going to turn into a wedding.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. Like,
what were the signs?
One of the signs was my sister's partner's family
was coming.
They're quite a few interstate and others are overseas. So I was like, this is kind of a bit of an effort to get just them here once, let alone twice for the engagement and the wedding. Presumably wouldn't be much further after. On the night, my sister's hair looked real good.
Yeah.
And
your sister never looks good.
She's
so
rubbish.
This is a sign. What's up? You look good. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then they kind of like ushered people into this lift. It was kind of funny. They had to do like a bunch of people, maybe like 10 at a time getting into this lift and up to where the wedding reception was, just this room in this building. And it was funny because there's one girl who's like there to she was like a wedding planner. She was a friend of my sister, but kind of was the wedding planner in some degree. And she was like, okay, everybody, like just really insistent that everybody gets up there real fast. And then she was like, people have like left their bags around. She's like, I better get up to them. And I was like, okay, you know, like I'll help. And she's like, yeah, because we won't be coming down here again.
Because of the wedding.
Yeah, I was like, that seems a bit suspicious. I think he may have given that one away. And then my brother was there too, and he said, I guess we'll see the celebrant upstairs, right? And this lady was not good at hiding. I don't think
How'd you know? Have you seen him?
Yeah, I don't think she was like so expectant that we would just blatantly, kind of insinuate that we knew that it was maybe a secret wedding. She was like, maybe. but no, it was good. It was like still a surprise in the end anyway, because I don't think that's the other thing about secret wedding. You can't be 100% sure. Like, it's only. It's only suspicion until it happens.
I think
can I tell you the funniest thing?
Please do.
We get upstairs, and everybody's in there, and then and they've got like chairs sort of set up as a bit of a like pew,
and perhaps an aisle down the middle.
And an aisle down the middle. Oh, you've been to one of these before.
Weddings.
You've been to a secret wedding before. And so the hilarious thing was that. After we get up there, the celebrant sort of says to everyone, "Hey, everybody! So this engagement has just turned into a wedding," and everybody's like, "Yeah, big cheers," and whatever. And then we sit down, and then there's some people that sit behind me, and they go, "Do you think this is a wedding?" And they started off like a bit quietly, but I think because they were so confident in it, they started talking loudly like, "Yeah, I think this is going to be a wedding." And so it's really awkward. I kind of just wanted to be like, "Oh yeah, they literally just told everybody." In fact, you were the last people to know because you're only just figuring it out.
And like, I know that that sound travels. But it doesn't travel that slowly. Yeah. But you have not yet heard this information.
Yeah. And she was on microphone, like everybody clapped and cheered when she said it. Was very hard to miss this signal. But it was pretty funny.
I think you should have been more of a diva and made a scene, to be honest.
Yeah.
When they said, well, this just turned into a wedding, you should have just stood up and in a clear, loud voice said, "Well, I wasn't prepared for this."
Yeah.
And then walk out.
Yeah. Well, they probably wouldn't go on without me.
I imagine not.
Yeah. But it's all good.
Mm-hmm. So, well, I guess that's a big congratulations to your sister who just got married. We should point out as well, this episode is a day late. Who's to blame for that?
Was it you? No.
It's your sister.
My sister.
So that congratulations is now rescinded.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And,
we gave her congratulations for the wedding.
Yeah.
Then the show was delayed on her behalf. Congratulations had to be rescinded. I'm sorry.
Taking it back.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to take my engagement present / wedding present back now. Coolio.
So send your mixed emotions to Nelson's sister.
Yes. That's right. Just before we get into Reddit on Reddit.
Yes. For new listeners, this show is about Reddit.
I want to quickly touch on the fact that we have both signed up for the Reddit Secret Santa. You ended up doing that, right?
Yes, I think
you messaged me saying that you did.
Yeah. I don't think I got a confirmation.
Yeah, well, no, I haven't yet either.
Okay.
Wait, did I get a maybe I got a confirmation.
I probably finished my sign up. I definitely filled out a form.
No, I don't think I got a confirmation either.
Okay.
I think the next thing is, I think you get a confirmation on the screen, and then you get an email later saying like who you match.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was kind of doing it. I have two screens at work. And one was my work, and one was this, and I was going. Going between the two.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll double check that out. I'm pretty sure I signed up.
Yeah. Okay. So we do it every year.
Yep.
Well, for the past 2 years.
Yep.
And we're doing it again this year. I just wanted to let everybody know it's coming or something. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. For old listeners, you'll know that I got 2 presents last year.
I know you play,
but they were both really
cheated the system. No, but I think we still agreed that you won.
Yep.
Because I got a pop vinyl for
a game you've never played.
Yeah, Gears of War I've never played. So, and can I tell you, because you have to write stuff about yourself for this Reddit person.
Yeah.
And I definitely have put the pressure on because I basically said it's somewhat of a competition. It wasn't really until last year where I definitely lost, and so I felt like I needed to win. So I said, "This is what I got last year. I definitely lost. You need to help me win." So I was very detailed about the things that I like.
Nice.
But we'll see how that goes.
Yes.
Right. Let's get into Reddit on Reddit.
Okay.
This Reddit on Reddit was by Edgar.
Oh, that's a nice, simple Reddit name.
Yeah, he's got a couple of funny symbols in there, but it's Edgar. Yeah. Stan Lee has passed away at 95 years old.
Yeah, that was a biggie this week.
Yeah. It's
exactly 1 week ago.
I was about to say exactly 1 week ago. Mm-hmm. So we're old news, if anything.
Yeah,
this podcast
that's true.
needs to catch up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was it was a good topic to start on because obviously we're fans of the Marvel universe.
Sure.
And it's a sad thing, but also kind of like, I don't know, like it's good to see on Reddit and everywhere people acknowledging all the work that he's done. It's really, it's a really cool thing.
There was even his last video came out, and it was actually because he's got a website, obviously Stanley.com, and they post like updates from him and stuff from time to time.
Right.
And it was this clip that they shared, which was actually as they were setting the camera up, and you can kind of see the camera like moving and zooming in and out because the guys obviously setting up. They were recording.
Yeah.
And it's just Stan Lee just out of nowhere just talking about how much he loves his fans.
Really?
And he's just like, my fans are great. Like, I love them. Sometimes, I'll be in a slump or whatever, and then I'll go online and there's just millions of people saying positive things to me, and it really cheers me up. It's just this like nice little intimate moment of him genuinely just like, I mean, he was on camera, but not knowingly on camera, just saying, my life's pretty great.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it? Like, where I'm imagining that he died in a very like happy state kind of thing because of these reasons. I imagine it's what I feel like when I pass, when Reddit is obviously huge and everybody is everybody's paying us compliments all the time.
Just like how everybody when Stanley passed away, everyone was signing off with Excelsior because that was his catchphrase.
Yes.
Do you think when you die, people will say "read you later"?
Oh, maybe they will.
I think they will. Oh. But I really like. I know this is not an unpopular opinion, but I really like Stanley.
I know. I really like Stanley.
What a good guy.
I like can't help. And in fact, somebody put a montage together the other day
of the cameos.
Yeah. And I can't help but smile like the biggest grin when I'm like, that's he's a good guy.
I remember when I was watching Infinity War when he showed up.
Yeah,
just cheers.
Yeah,
people just cheered in the cinema, and I think it's kind of nice that the last, like, it's so nice that he will have seen the things he created on the big screen, but not just on the big screen, because there was always like the terrible comic book movies of like the 70s and stuff.
Yeah,
but like people love them now. They're like the biggest thing in the world. Yeah, and then the last one he would have seen will have been Infinity War, which is kind of like this huge culmination of everything. It's kind of nice that he didn't go out on like a Ant-Man and the Wasp or something.
Do you reckon you would have seen how far into they're editing Infinity War 2 or whatever?
Who knows? I hope they weren't jerks.
Because I think I'd be a little disappointed. Like,
because he's like, what happens?
He loves his fans and life's great, but
what happens?
What happens? He doesn't know.
Yeah.
I think you just want to see it.
And I guess because one of his greatest creations, one of the ones he was the most proud of, apparently, was Spider-Man. Yeah. The last thing we would have seen was him turning to dust.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, maybe.
Oh my God, they better not kill off all my characters. I've worked so hard my entire life. One thing that I thought was probably the most hilarious thing I saw in the social media world about Stanley, because everybody's posting about him.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who has a Twitter account that's about the old school Batman comics.
Yep.
And he just reposts them all the time, right?
Yes.
And he's like, I started this Twitter account because I love superheroes and Stanley's great and stuff. I was like, is that the best thing to put on a Batman kind of?
I think it's okay. Like, that's fine.
I think it was him being like, I'm gonna stretch this a little.
Oh, I'm gonna capitalize on what? on the attention this will get.
Yeah, that's right. Like, I just thought it was really fun, and not one person pointed it out, because I'm like, you look like a bit of an idiot. Yeah.
Nice morning, dickhead.
Yeah, I really wanted to. I would have said Marvel greater than sign DC, and that's it. I would have left it at that.
Oh, Nelson, I have big news. RE DC.
Yeah.
I get to watch Aquaman tomorrow.
Oh my God.
And I'm so excited.
It's gonna be rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, officially, I don't know.
Yeah. Cannot make a statement.
Let me tell you,
but
I'm very excited to see it.
Yeah.
And not because I think it looks good.
Yeah. Because you want to dish some dirt.
Yeah. I think
stay tuned for next week.
I think technically I'll have to wait a while to actually tell people what I think.
Oh, okay.
But I'm very excited.
Next week, what I'll do is I'll ask you questions about the film, but because you can't answer, I will then tell the listeners what your facial expressions represent. Oh, he's furrowed his brow.
I would never betray the trust of whatever disclosure thing I have to sign.
Yeah, but I would.
Oh, right.
So I get it. But I want to get back to the point a little bit about the guy kind of talking about Stan Lee and Batman and stuff.
Yep.
And another thing that I saw on Reddit, actually, and it was asshole design. And it's funny because I was kind of against the Batman thing. I wasn't against it. I just thought it was funny, right? Yeah. But this one was a guy who posted it on Asshole Designs, and he said it was an ad for Marvel games, like apps on the phone.
Right, yeah. They love their mobile games.
Yeah, and had something about like Stan Lee, his death in that.
Sure.
And he said, "Oh, what assholes capitalizing on this guy's death to make more money."
Right.
And I actually really disagreed with that.
Yeah.
Because I think that this is like Stan Lee loved comic book superheroes. And that's like his legacy. And I could imagine that it's actually like, he loves that there's like this interaction from people to absorb as much of it as possible. Like I'm sure the Marvel phone app games wouldn't exist if Stan Lee didn't want them to exist.
Yeah.
Like he would have some sort of creative control, or at least everybody would know that he doesn't like them.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have mentioned something and people would have, found out. But, I thought that this is, and I think that the fact that you're saying, oh, well, you're making money off it. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, it's not a free service. They can't just give away things. But I think it is kind of like a tribute to, this like man's life that you actually kind of in a way flog the products that
so here's the thing.
Out.
So not long ago actually I read a book called Marvel Comics The Untold Story, and it was about how they kind of came up from being Timely Comics and Stan Lee goes in charge and whatever. And he was a businessman through and through, and not the most, he wasn't the nicest businessman. Like he was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Capitalizing on his death is the first thing he would do if he were alive. So I actually think it's completely fitting because he would exploit any situation to make a buck.
Yeah.
So the fact that Marvel are doing that now that he's passed, I think he would love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was, and like, and everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about it on our podcast.
Yeah.
Like, is this morally, ambiguous because we're using his death to promote our show? Because you better bet this episode is going to be called Excelsior. So
no, you need the word Stan Lee in the title.
So it comes up in search results.
That's how it comes up in
search
search
everybody, but we're a week too late. Right?
No,
so
what
you're
you
not
do
going to have people who have Stan Lee.
Yeah.
But nobody knows what Excelsior means or comes from.
It means upwards.
Yes. Well, so you need to Google that.
Okay.
Find our episode. Hear you then say that Excelsior means upwards, and you're done.
This is shop talk, Nelson.
Yeah.
But what you need to do, because we are a week late, you just need to blatantly lie in a clickbait title.
Oh.
And it's something like, the reason Stan Lee died. Or something like that. So people are like, is there new information? The reason Stan Lee died? Old age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we've answered that question in the clickbait title.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Oh God, what else can we exploit from his death?
This is a theory I really like.
I heard he loves podcasts.
Yeah, he loves people that subscribe to podcasts.
That's
what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
What? This is a theory I liked about Stan Lee in all of his cameos. So there is a character in the Marvel comic books called the Watcher.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is he just sees everything, but he never actually interacts with anything. He's the Watcher. That's all he does.
Yep.
And just like there's the Collector and there's the Grandmaster, and he's like one of these Eternals.
Okay.
And the theory always was that Stan Lee was the Watcher.
Right, yeah.
So he's just always around, but never actually interferes or interacts, and he sees everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I like that as a theory.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Does that mean for the Watchmen? And they said, who watches the Watchmen? The Watcher was like, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
Just checking.
I mean, Nelson, that wasn't
Marvel. Yeah,
That's a different universe.
Whatever.
Okay. What are you running a Batman Twitter page?
Isn't there some idea about comics combining, or is that DC and Marvel?
No, they've done that a few times.
And doesn't that have to do with something like The Watcher or something? Isn't there some What's the? I don't know.
There's an event right now that's crossing the Watchmen with the DC universe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
This is so nerdy.
But I will say as well, if people want to look it up, Stan Lee actually had a run in I think the 90s where he did his version of DC characters. So he had like Stan Lee's version of Batman and whatnot.
They just let him do it?
Yeah, well, they didn't hate each other back then.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like they
probably still don't now, right? I guess.
Not.
I mean,
the fans do.
Yeah.
But yeah, back in the 80s and the 90s, they would just be like, yeah, use that character, whatever, and like they would cross over all the time. But yeah, Stan Lee's version of DC characters is kind of interesting.
Okay.
So feel free to look them up if you have a bit of time. You specifically, Nelson.
Okay.
I'm not talking to the listener.
I don't have free time.
Okay.
I'm too busy exploiting Stan Lee's death. So many avenues of opportunity. All right, Cambo, let's move on to Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Ovid Pearl. Today I learned a retired man robbed a bank and waited for the police, using a note saying he'd rather be in jail than with his wife. He was sentenced to home confinement.
Can you imagine the earful when he got home?
Oh boy, he would be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. At
what point is that the out? I don't. I love that his logic was like, I blame, certain people's like ethics or morals on this. Maybe like religion can't.
Sure.
It's a sin to get divorced or some bullcrap like that.
Yeah.
So it stops people like this. They're like, oh, I'm in a toxic relationship, can't get divorced.
Yeah, I guess I'll rob a bank. Jail. Yeah.
Rob a bank, go to jail. Is there a circumstance in your life that you feel like you would just
go to jail
if presented with the opportunity of jail or this? Would you?
Probably if someone's like, you have to come to my wedding and it's a real Christian wedding and there's going to be a 2-hour mass before. It's on Sunday. On Saturday, I might rob a bank.
Yeah.
And then I could send them with my one phone call.
Yeah, okay.
I'd be like, I can't make it.
Yeah,
I've been arrested.
They're like, don't worry, we know the cops. We'll get you out.
Oh, get out.
Then you have to kill somebody, Cambo. It's the only way.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Right, so I'm glad you brought this show to a grinding halt.
Which I think is just why it's so fascinating that this guy went to the extent.
Yeah.
There's so many different avenues you can go down.
Breakups suck, for sure.
Yeah.
They really do. But it's like, surely he just hasn't thought through the actual consequence of his actions.
Yeah. What could you be doing that would be so bad that you have to go to jail?
Like just like in the relationship.
Do you think just a constant nagging?
Yeah, like you won't pick up his shoes or something. Yeah. It's like, that's it, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
But then the guards are just going to tell you to pick up your shoes.
Yeah, just pick up your shoes, mate. Yeah. That's all you need to do. I don't know. I think this guy's a bit crazy. I'm just putting it out there as a possibility.
Yeah, it's just... I just... What kind of relationship must this be,
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's to the point... Have you ever been in a relationship in which the idea of prison is preferable to an awkward few hours being like, there, I am leaving you?
I think it's just that it has to be tied into...
Unless it's physically abusive. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay. Didn't think about that, actually.
And maybe he was too scared, he was too embarrassed to come forward.
Okay. So he robbed a bank, right? Why wouldn't he just leave? Answer me that, Cambo.
Because what if she hunts him down?
Oh, and kills him. She said, if you ever try to leave,
I'll kill you.
I'll kill you. But if you go to jail, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the one circumstance in which we will no longer be together.
Yeah. That's right.
And then she said, "I don't know why I told you that."
Yeah. Don't
forget that.
Don't rob a bank. But also, why a bank? And how do you rob a bank without like leaving? Isn't there a thing that like if in order to rob a place, you have to actually exit?
What, leave? That can't be a rule.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
So if you went into a bank with a gun, said, "Give me all your money," and then went into the foyer and was like, "I live here now," and set up, the police would be like, "He's got you." he's got your technicality.
Oh, that's pretty weird. Let me just pull out the rule book here. Whoa.
Could you not then set up in the bank with all your ill-gotten gain?
Yeah.
Invite one of your friends over and be like, "Hey, here's a present. Here's $20,000.
Yeah, but
see ya."
But you know what? The tax gets you. You can't just easily gift $20,000 to a friend.
All right. What if you gift small donations to various friends?
Yeah, but think about the time involved. Is it worth it?
For the money, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty worth it then, now that you think about it.
Yeah. Or what if you were just to... Okay, you don't rob the bank. You take all that money at gunpoint. Yeah. You say, "I live in this bank now." And then you go and deposit that money into your account. And then you leave the bank with no money. I'm leaving. And then just withdraw it later on.
I think the problem is you probably have to say a certain amount of time before it's legally like your residence. Like there'll be some, squatters' rights. Uh-huh. Like you need a certain period of time in the bank.
Okay, but even so, you were saying that if you don't leave the bank, then it's not robbery. Yeah. You could say, "Give me all your money." Right, cool. Now put all this money in my account. Cool. All right, bye, and then leave.
I think putting it into your account would still be illegal.
How?
I imagine. And I mean, in that case, you don't even really need money, do you? Like physical money?
No,
you just go into bank with a gun.
All your money.
Hey, transfer money.
Here's my BSB and my account number.
Yeah. And just transfer me, I don't know, 7 million. Just type in the numbers. What that's all it is. I would not ever think to rob a bank these days, right?
Yeah.
Because aside from the like mass security that they have in there with the screens and whatever, that I don't actually feel like they would carry that much cash. Like it's not worth the risk of being caught and whatever.
Yeah.
Because even if you got money from every till, you've probably got maybe like $30,000.
Yeah.
I reckon. Like max.
I get it when like John Dillinger used to do it. Right? Yeah. And he'd roll into the bank and they had just big vaults full of stacks of notes.
Yeah.
But like surely now it's all fucking Bitcoin and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't think it happens anymore. Not one part of me assumes that in every bank I go to, there's a huge vault with money in there. I do know. Maybe there's something to that. Only because
there would be some. There would be a significant amount, but not enough to set you up for life.
Yeah, that's right. And it'd be like for the amount that you could carry out as well by yourself without somebody tripping the alarm in the meantime and getting the cops on board. Uh-huh. You're not getting that much money.
You know what I really like? So I saw a movie not long ago called Widows.
Yeah.
And there's a sequence in Widows, which I've never seen in any other heist film, which I really appreciated, which was them calculating the weight of all the money they're going to steal.
Oh.
So they're like, okay, if it's in $50 notes and this many notes will make up like this many amount of dollars, and where there's estimated to be $10,000 or whatever in there, that will weigh this amount. So then they'd have to put on a backpack with that amount and like practice running with it.
Right.
I'm like,
I think
that's
they
something
did that.
I wouldn't consider in a heist, and then I'd get real fucked over.
Yeah. You're trying to carry these huge bags, like, oh god. Actually, I think they did that. Didn't they do that in the Italian Job as well? Because when they were calculating the weight of the cars in the...
Or something, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was gold. Yeah, that's right. Because I remember they had that scene where they're like driving the minis through everything. It was just a Mini Cooper ad, basically. Was that movie. But that's true. I mean, I don't know. there's a lot of stuff to think about when you're robbing a bank.
Yeah.
But not, I guess, if you're going to instantly give yourself up to avoid a relationship.
Yeah. And if you're going to do that, make sure you go outside of the bank.
Yeah.
Because according to this new law that I've just discovered, if you don't leave the bank, you're fine.
I think you think it's more ridiculous than it is. Okay, let's not say it's a bank. Let's say it's a supermarket. And you go in and you've got something, you've got an apple in your hand.
Yeah.
It's not theft if you just walk around the store with it, right?
Yeah. So see, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, but it's the same principle, just with...
I think by the time you pointed a gun and said, give me all your money, I think that is the moment that you're committing a crime.
I think that would be assault.
Okay.
See, it's different crimes.
So maybe that was his problem. He didn't leave, and therefore they're like, well, we actually don't have you on robbery.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just assault. That's
just assault.
That's a home
arrest.
It's
easy. Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, damn. Yeah, that's true. Although, yeah, presumably today, if you were on home arrest and you just were always outside your house, surely they'd have to escalate that at some point. Till you end up getting put in jail.
That's true. His solution was quite easy.
Yeah, you're just on the footpath out the front. Hey, get back in there. Nope, put me in jail. Put me in jail. I'm standing here. His wife's like, John, come back inside for dinner. All right, let's do another one, Ken.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we do a quick one. Jesus, we've gone quite a long way into this episode already. All right.
Speed round.
What are your quick thoughts on this, Cambo?
Okay, yeah.
This is by Giken Damgo. Today I learned a Japanese rail company has apologized after a train left a station 25 seconds early. The operator said, the great inconvenience we placed upon our customers was truly inexcusable.
It's great. I love it.
The Japanese are way too proud.
I love it.
They're too efficient.
Yep.
And they're too proud.
Yep.
Okay.
I was just saying I'm wearing some pants tonight from a Japanese company.
Yeah.
They're bloody great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. No one will have to commit suicide over that one.
No.
I'm pretty sure for every second that this thing left early, somebody had to do that what's it called?
Hurikuri?
Is that it?
I don't know.
It sounds ridiculous.
Nelson, we're treading very close to broad racism.
Is it? I'm just saying they used to have a tradition where they
That's true.
killed themselves.
And you're
That's
saying
factual.
But you're saying that is still in practice today at a pants company.
Well, are you saying that it's not?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
But I love it. I love it. I love Japan being so bloody efficient.
Yeah. Get that efficiency over here.
Yep.
Here it's like, oh, we're 3 hours late. Get on.
Yeah. Hurry up.
Exactly. We're so late. Please get on the train as fast as you can.
Oh my God, we're so late. Get on. Just everyone get on.
Anyway, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Son of an Emperor. 5-second unskippable ads are more annoying than longer ads which let you skip after 5 seconds because you don't have the satisfaction of saying no to the ad.
Mm-hmm. The worst one are 15-second unskippable ads. I came across a couple of those, Nelson.
What?
Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
I know. Think of the money they must be paying for that.
Yeah.
It almost, it really makes you question whether you want to watch this video.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's a video of cute pandas.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to see it that much, though. Watch this ad for car insurance.
Yeah, that's right. But then you're debating that so long that the ad finishes and you're back into the pandas.
Yeah, go on.
Worth the wait. I think, you know who's doing it wrong at the moment is Facebook. They do ads right in the middle of a video.
Yeah,
that's the dumbest thing ever.
Terrible.
I mean,
I've never stayed.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never
as soon as it's like, oh, the ad's loading, I'm like, see ya.
Yeah.
There is no ad on like Facebook that I want to, no video on Facebook that I want to sit through an ad for. Mm-hmm. And like YouTube, it at least got one at the start, and that normally lasts a long time. And generally, for most of them, they just have those like pop-up ads in between.
Yep.
I think it's very rare that they have another like video ad halfway through. But
the only thing I know that does that consistently is the YouTube channel Red Letter Media. They have a review show, and every review is 2 movies. And between the 2 movies, they'll have a video ad that plays between them, almost like an ad break.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you've kind of fit that into your structure to the point where I'm like, I don't actually really care. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Because you know it's coming up. They're finishing the segment. There'll be an ad, and then there'll be another one.
Yeah,
and also, like, they don't spruik. You know those YouTube videos are like, this is brought to you by Squarespace, and then they talk about Squarespace for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah,
the solution to them is they get the money through this second ad. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah. That's fine. I approve. I think, do you know, I went through a stage, right, where I was like, because I realized that for a lot of advertising, you only pay when somebody clicks on the ad.
Yeah.
And so I would, if I was like, annoyed at the ad, or it was like click on or watch to the end of the ad that advertiser has to pay for it. So if you click the skip ad button, then they don't have to pay. So if I was like for some reason annoyed at the content that I was watching, I would like I'd either click on the ad or I'd wait for it to completely finish. Like, just cost you like 2 cents, buddy. Bloody idiots. That's how you get back at them. Yep. Watch advertising.
Yeah, that'll show them.
Here's another one. It's by I Am Swede. Not having insurance is like an opposite lottery. You gain a little bit of money every day with the possibility of losing big. I'm in a pro this.
Mm-hmm. Pro this as in anti-insurance?
Anti-insurance.
Yeah.
Don't get insurance.
Yeah.
Well, still sometime. I've got insurance now. For my car, I didn't have car insurance for about 2 years, I think. Because I was like, I'm an okay driver. Mm-hmm. And normally it's somebody like crashing into, if somebody crashes into you, then, you don't really need insurance because
you were confident enough in your skills.
Yeah, that's right. Although I've heard it's a massive pain in the ass if somebody runs into you and you don't have insurance, and they do, because insurance companies, it's like a big conspiracy where they don't like to pay out people that don't have insurance, because then it discourages people to not,
interesting.
to not have insurance. So, I think my brother went through that for ages, and basically what they do, they just don't follow it up. So you have to like keep ringing and nagging them and saying, one of your customers ran into me.
Yeah, you need to pay me
money.
Yeah.
So, but the thing that I think why I decided to get insurance in the end was because actually it might even be illegal in Australia if you don't even have like a just third party. I might be making that up.
Yeah, I don't think it's illegal.
Anyway, but I was like, because of the way the law works, if basically if you run into somebody, then you're at fault, right?
Yeah.
But that means if somebody quickly like swerves in front of your car, or slams on the brakes and you hit them, then that's still your fault regardless.
Yeah.
And I reckon there was like a time that I just did a little bit too close to that scenario. And I was like, I should probably get insurance.
Yeah. Well, I had a friend of mine get insurance just about 3 days ago because he hadn't had it in like a year or so. But where we work, there was no parks around that he could park in for free. So he had to park in the car park of a commission housing thing that is notorious for like cars getting broken into and what like.
Yeah.
So he came to work like, I had to park at the commission flats.
Yeah.
So then he went online and got insurance for his car. But I was saying to him like, that doesn't work because if your car now gets broken into today, that's gonna look super suspicious.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What do you have in there? Oh, my $1,000 camera and my
expensive golf clubs.
Yeah, that's right. I would definitely exploit the system, by the way, if I got stolen. I'd be like, I had so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
just ask anyone.
I had gold bullion.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Italian Job? When they put the gold bullion in the cars?
Yeah.
That was me.
I had to recalculate the suspension of my car because of that.
Which is also really expensive.
Yeah. Oh, the suspension alone, which they stole, by the way, and then put old suspension in. It was a weird robbery. Oh, let me tell you. Okay, here's another one. Being hard at work and being hard at work are two drastically different statements.
Yeah.
That was by Jinxie.
Have you ever been both?
Like I'm working so hard at work that I'm like,
or just
turn me on.
Just you've been aroused, but also you're at work, so you have to be working.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know in what circumstance. I don't feel it's like I was like perving on the hot chicks in the office.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes. Look,
sometimes
as a man,
it'll happen.
You just get a hard one.
Yep.
And so you have to sneak off to the bathroom, rub it out, like every normal guy does.
Yeah.
And, come back to your desk. Realize you haven't washed your hands, quickly run back, wash your hands, come back to the desk.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole procedure to get through. It's pretty awkward.
Yeah, because
it's just there is never a time, even though we've just discussed how natural it is.
Yeah.
There is never a time where somebody can see you with a boner at work and for them to just be like, I'll forget that. This is fine.
Acceptable.
This is fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I won't hold this over your head for the rest of the time you're here.
Yeah, a constant fear is if you say you get a boner, but you're at your desk. It's fine. It's concealed.
Yeah.
It's for someone to be like, hey, can you come here for a sec?
Yeah.
And then you have to like wheel your chair out and cross your legs and kind of go over on your chair. Like, well, what's up?
I always like that. I just got to really quickly send this email. I have to send it by now, and then I quickly Google like dead animals so that I get like, please go away. Here's another one. This is by Shanister. Mermaids are the mythical proof many men are perfectly content with just a pretty face and a nice pair of boobs.
Well, I've never understood the mythos of the mermaid.
Mm-hmm. Why they are so attractive and sought after in mythology.
It's not for the reason of like, oh, well, I can't have sex with her. What's the point of it? It's that fish are gross.
Yeah, fish are pretty gross.
I don't want half a fish.
Yeah.
Because what people forget is they're like slimy and they're oily.
Yeah. There is nothing good about that.
No.
Like, even just, because it's not their top half that's just always out of the water.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a wrinkly skin as well.
That is true.
If you think
that's something I didn't even consider.
Sit in a bath for long enough, that's gross.
Yeah, their fingertips are going to be so pruny.
Yeah, those pruny fingertips all look like rubbing the side of your face as they're passionately kissing you. Gross. Yeah, there's no... It's true. It's kind of funny that... And I guess this shower thought is to the point of that, but... why is it that mermaids were so sought after when you're like, well, I'm obviously not going to sleep with... sleep with the mermaid?
Is it just because the people that would see a mermaid have been at sea for so long?
Like, I'll do anything.
They're like, they're halfway there.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, because, look, if anything, I'm sort of wondering whether I would be... if I had to have sex with this mermaid.
You had to, yep.
Maybe just in a scenario in which I would be... Maybe it comes up, they're like, hey, guess what, worst thing. One of the nuclear bombs that was lost in a submarine in World War II has exploded.
Oh.
Killed out all the mer people, except me. I'm fine. You, as man, are responsible theoretically for that. So you have to have sex with me and repopulate the mer people.
Right. Would you ask how?
Well, I'm thinking, right, in this scenario, whether I'd prefer whether the top half is fish or the bottom half. Look, it's gross either way.
Because this is a question that never really gets answered. Because obviously, fish have genitalia.
Yeah.
Do mermaids have fish genitalia?
Well, yeah, I imagine, that southern region's got something. There's normally a little, like, flap that opens up or something.
Because traditional way, fish down the bottom, even though it might be a weird sensation, if you're just in the normal missionary position
And you're closing your eyes.
and you're, or even just kind of squinting.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah.
she,
well, look, squinting at
she
the
could
boobs.
still say like, "Oh yeah, come on, baby," and things like that.
Yeah.
But if it's the other way around, she's just kind of flapping around.
Yeah, in fact, for her to even explain the story about her mer people dying that's impossible.
It'd be hard for the fish head to communicate.
Yeah.
What's that, fishy? My species have killed yours.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Yeah, it's the rubbing up against the scales would be awkward as well. Anyway, mermaids are gross.
Yeah. And they're a weird fantasy, and stop having them.
Yeah, stop having them. All right, let's move on to Ask Reddit.
Ask Reddit.
This Ask Reddit is by Jack Hillary 23.
Okay.
Would you take a 50% chance of dying instantly right now for $100 billion if you live? Why not?
No.
Yeah,
my life's pretty good.
but it could
Like-
be better with $100 billion, Cambo.
Yeah.
You could buy Australia. You could
Probably true, yeah.
You could probably buy
What do
the
I want
world.
Australia
No,
for?
that's- Just so you can see you own it.
Yeah. If someone pisses me off, I'm like, "Oi, get out."
Yeah.
Someone cuts in front of me at the grocery store or something. And everyone's like, "Oh, do you know who that is?"
Yeah.
Oh, don't cut in front of him.
He's going to cut you out of the country.
Yeah. He can go into the 8 items or less aisle with as many items.
Yeah, that's right. Do whatever the hell he wants. Yeah, or like, if your neighbor's got a nice pool, you just swim in it.
Yeah.
This is technically mine.
Yep. That's all this is true.
You haven't thought about that? You haven't thought about the...
I still, like, maybe if we were, like, impoverished or something, I would get the appeal.
Mm-hmm.
But we both live pretty comfortable, cushy lives.
Well, I think that's incredibly selfish. Can be.
Because all the good I could do.
You could do so much good with $100 billion.
that's
Because if I phrase the question as, okay, you could die instantly, and if you don't die, there's no more world hunger, right?
Yeah.
Because $100
Because then
billion
I probably would
could
do it.
probably solve that sort of thing. And you're like, well, I'm just one person.
No, you've made me feel really selfish. I didn't even consider others.
You're basically a selfish jerk asshole idiot, which I've been calling you all along.
I know.
But you finally proved it.
I've now shown my true colors.
Yeah, that's right.
And to think, people thought you were the villain of the show
I
for
know.
so long.
I know.
But in a M. Night Shyamalan-esque twist,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
right.
me all
This is
along.
you all along. I wanted to turn dogs into gold, but only so that I could give them to poor people.
Exactly.
Gambo. God.
In that case, I guess I'd do it. If
If
there's a 50-50 chance that I could fix the world in some way,
yeah.
if I die, this is going to sound really depressing. That's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I would happily sacrifice your life for plenty of people.
As would so many people, Nelson.
Yeah. I'm a big believer of the lives of the many outweigh the lives of the few.
Yep.
And I think this in sort of all, aspects.
So in the trolley scenario, then the classic moral dilemma. There's a trolley going and there's a fork in it's going on a track that's going to hit 3 people.
Yeah.
And you could change the track and divert it, but then it's going to hit 1 child.
Yeah,
That kid's dead to you?
Yeah, that kid's dead
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
fair enough,
Easy
fair enough.
peasy.
Yeah.
I've always thought that. I'm like, I don't know.
This is so easy.
I don't know why people are struggling with this conundrum. Actually, that one I really do not understand why they do it. I'm like, you're killing all the people. It gets interesting when you start changing it up a lot.
Yeah.
Like an old person, I don't know. Like how many old people equals one like young person? Because if it was baby and 2 really old people,
Kill the old people.
probably kill the old people.
Yeah.
But I still sort of think that's like...
It's the 30s and 40s that's the hardest, I think. Because that's right near the middle, you know?
So, what, like baby for 30 or 40-year-old?
Yeah.
Is that what you
So
think?
there's like 4 between 30 and 40, or 1 kid.
Yeah.
You're like, well, they're only halfway through.
Yeah. No, I think I'd still go the kid.
Yeah.
I think my cutoff age is like 75.
Okay,
I think it's pretty high.
Yeah, you're pretty lenient.
Yeah. You got a lot of life to live sometimes.
That's true. What a very life-affirming thing to say. You truly are the hero of the show.
Yeah, that's right. But yes, that was my point.
Yep.
And that's
What would you do it? Would you 50-50 chance?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, okay, if we're changing it to selfish reasons, then right?
Yeah.
If I could only spend the money on me,
Yeah. Finally buy that Australia that you've always wanted to buy.
I have always wanted to buy Australia. And then you know what I do? I buy New Zealand. And then I just make it all Australia. Just to really piss off the New Zealanders.
Yeah, that's good.
But then plot twist, in 20 years' time, I'll call it New Zealand.
Wait, was this 100 billion?
Yeah, 100 billion.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Although it's still probably... I think
That's
you could probably buy the country. I mean, not that they're for sale.
Yeah.
necessarily.
That's what I'm wondering, because like, surely at some point countries need to get into the trillions.
Yeah. Like, you'd think America is probably in trillions.
Yeah, because they're like trillions in debt.
Yeah. Is that all you need to buy a country, theoretically? Because it's
knows?
surely when a country, like, goes under, right? Like, they can't pay back your debt. And then you come in and you say, we'll buy...
Nelson, you could buy Greece for a steal.
Oh, my God. I've probably got enough money right now to buy Greece. But who would want it? No, actually, some of the islands are pretty nice.
All right. Listeners,
Yeah.
let's all pool our money
Yeah.
and buy Greece.
Yeah. We could do it.
Yeah, we'll have a dedicated recording island, but then the rest we'll all share as listeners and hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, stay off the recording island, though.
Yeah. That's all right. If you're a prostitute, you may enter. Okay, here's another one. This is by 86RD.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinion on the moon?
Oh, it's great.
It's pretty good.
Does our tides?
Pretty simple question.
Does our tides let us drive around on it that one time?
I heard that it doesn't... Okay, I was reading actually about an interesting fact about the tides and the moon and how that works. And because you think that the tides come in and out, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's just about the rotation of the Earth.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the tides are... the water's always being pulled to one side because of the gravity between it. But because the Earth turns, then the tides go in and out. I thought it was really interesting because you never think of it as that being
you think of it being kind of pulled and pushed, but it's not. It's kind of I mean, I guess it is by gravity, but not in the way you expect it to be.
Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, and like when I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense because not that I'm like a physics major or whatever, I'm a genius scientist, but. Logically, it didn't make sense to me in the past that it's like the moon controls the water.
Yeah, like the moon's like pull, push, pull. Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
So
I never thought that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Come to think of it, I always thought the other thing.
Yeah. Well, you're much smarter than me, Cambo. But I think sometimes the moon thinks it's better than us.
Go on.
Well, I mean, it's up there looking down. And it's always got, there's that little face you can see on there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little bit of a...
Perv.
It's a funny kind of face that it's got on, like, like a little bit of a sort of disappointed, like, are you still doing these puny things?
Why is it always watching?
Why is it always watching?
Creep.
Look the other direction, man.
Yeah.
That's another interesting part about the moon is because obviously there's a side of the moon that we never see. And that's really interesting because, and we're going to balls this up in the explanation, but it's the like rotation of the Earth and the rotation of the moon on its axis and also around Earth lines up just so like 100% perfectly.
Yeah.
So that we only ever see the one side of the moon. I think that's so amazing that it's like...
You know what's on the other side?
What?
Amusement park.
Oh.
Just big old amusement park.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Is it made of cheese?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. That Wallace and Gromit film was scarily accurate.
They
had some insider information from NASA.
The only thing they didn't have was the amusement park, but everything else. Everything else
NASA's like, it's almost perfect.
Yeah.
They're just missing that amusement park that we know is there.
Yeah.
That's why that's why, in honor of it, we call our theme park here in Melbourne Luna Park.
Yeah. It's all coming together. It's
It's one here. There's one in Sydney. There's one on the moon.
And that's why astronauts always want to go to the moon.
Yeah.
We've discussed on this show how pointless it would be to go to the moon. There's pretty much nothing there. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Astronauts know.
You'd hate if you didn't take your wallet.
Oh God! You get up there, you're like, oh man, I'm so annoyed. I'm good for it next time, I promise. And they'd be like, oh, you guys haven't been here for years. We're not trusting you. What are they? Is it? Wait, who is it manned by?
The theme park.
Yeah,
they're just people.
Cool. Just checking. Just checking. I thought you were lying for a second. But
No, it checks out.
But then you came out with that accurate answer, and we're good.
Yeah. So I should emphasize moon people.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's starting to come together.
Yeah.
I also just wanted to point out this question: what is your opinion on the moon? Has 2 Reddit silvers, 2 Reddit golds, and 1 Reddit platinum. And uploaded like 70,000 times or something
fantastic.
like that. I love Reddit sometimes. All right, Campbell, let's get into a podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping.
This is our newish segment of the show where we steal another segment from another podcast.
Yep. It's like we're a cover band.
We're like a cover band, only we do it better.
Yep.
Definitely.
Just like every cover band.
Definitely.
Just every cover band does it better.
Yeah, that's true. Don't look that up. So I am podnapping a podcast called Hey Riddle.
Oh.
And it's just a podcast with like 3 people, 2 guys and a girl, UK podcast, and they tell riddles to each other.
Sure.
And occasionally just do like little sketches.
Okay.
On how they think the riddles would go or something. You know, like the scenario in certain things.
Mm-hmm.
The sketches are kind of weird. But anyway, it's pretty cool. It's kind of a fun thing to like try and guess the riddle before they get it.
Right.
But I've decided that there's only like a finite amount of riddles in the world.
Yeah.
Because I've listened to a few of the episodes, and every episode there's at least like maybe 3 or 4 I've heard before. Mm-hmm. I'm like, surely there's more. Like
it's similar. Do you remember the TV show Burjo's Catchphrases?
Yeah, I remember that.
At a certain point, I'm like, I've never heard of this riddle in my life.
Yeah, right.
I think you've made it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There's always 2 spoons in the cupboard.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
This is a catchphrase.
Yeah.
This is things like maybe Burjo says.
Yeah, yeah. I like how they set it up in other episodes.
Yeah.
Like, well done, you're at the top of the leaderboard, just like 2 spoons in the cupboard. Sweet. We can use that one later.
Yeah.
We can use
and astute listeners will be like, what? Ooh, I'll write that one down.
Yeah, that's right. So, basically, I'm just going to give you a bunch of riddles.
Okay, sure.
No, don't preface this
I
with
don't think
anything.
I'll be any good. But
Yeah.
This does have the what is really uninteresting in a podcast is thinking.
Yeah,
and this does have the potential to be a lot of thinking. So I'll try and think out loud as much as I can.
Okay. Well, but the idea is that they also quip a little bit as well.
Oh, do you want me to...
what's a funny answer to this riddle?
Right. Do you want me to quip?
Well, get it right or quip, one or the other.
Okay.
But get it right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because people at home will want to know.
Yeah.
Okay. First one. Ready?
Yep.
What's
quip? Sorry.
Do you know what quipping is? It's not,
no.
You don't just yell. Okay, cool. Anyway, what's orange and sounds like a parrot?
I know an orange parrot.
You're such an idiot, Camber. It's so obvious.
Is it?
It's so obvious. What's orange
Yep.
and sounds like a parrot?
I don't know. Is it Donald Trump?
Oh, do you know? I think one of them made that
Yeah.
exact joke.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
You
Thank
get a point, but it's wrong. You're an idiot.
Okay.
It's so easy.
How many guesses do I get?
That was enough, I think.
Okay.
It was a carrot.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Very good.
Gotcha. Here's another one.
Yeah. Go on. This is a good segment.
What can jump higher than a building?
What can jump higher than a building?
Yeah.
I don't know. Presumably anything with the ability to jump higher than a building. I mean, mathematically, an ant, if he was human size, could jump higher than a building. Though that's such a vague thing, a building. Which building in particular?
Well, you get it the first time. So.
Okay.
Wait.
Wait. I got it the first time when I said anything with the ability to jump higher than a building.
Oh, is that where you finished? Oh,
No, that's what I initially said, and then I said the thing about the ant.
You almost got that right. Think about that answer.
Okay.
Again.
Anything that has the ability to jump higher than a building.
Just take away a few words of
Anything.
anything that has the ability to jump higher than a building. Okay, anything that has the ability to jump. Because
Okay.
buildings can't jump. Can be. Get it? You're an idiot. I can't believe you can't get these. They're so obvious. I'm looking at
so much.
I'm looking at the answers. It's so obvious. Here's another one.
Yeah, go on. Please. I'm loving it.
The more-
Ignore my muttering.
I really like that I am in control. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?
The more you take, the more you leave behind.
What could you take? Maybe coins? No, that's stupid.
No, because the more you take, the more you have.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
Yeah. Oh, damn, that's the next one.
The more you take, the more you leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, time?
Can you apply that to the... No, I don't think so.
No, vaguely you can.
That was shit. Give up, Cambo?
Yeah.
But you have to say, I'm an idiot, I give up. My name's Cambo.
You're an idiot, I give up, my name's Cambo.
No.
I've technically said what you've asked me to say.
No. Say, my name is Michael Campbell. I'm an idiot. I give up.
My name's Michael Campbell. I'm an idiot. And I give up.
Good.
The
Oh, man.
good thing is, because I
just can't express how much I'm loving this. In a fortnight's time, we might be doing the same thing. Anyway, that was footsteps, Cambo.
The more you take them on,
It's a clever
that one irritates me less than the others.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because some of these are like trick questions, which I think I voiced my opinion about the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
It was twice in a minute. Once in a moment?
Comes once in a minute.
Once in a minute, twice in a moment.
But never in 1,000 years. It never in 1,000 years.
I don't know, Nelson. Tell me the annoying answer.
What do you have to say?
I am a dickhead. I'm impotent, and my name is Michael Campbell.
Cool.
Yeah.
The answer is the letter M.
Cool.
Actually, do you know what? To be honest, I don't like this one because it says what comes once in a minute. Do you say the letter M comes in a minute, or like comes in a word? It just doesn't seem like the right language to use, right?
It's saying there's one M in minute.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, literally, you keep using the word "comes" in a minute. Like, what comes? It doesn't seem like the right.
Yeah, a letter doesn't come into a word.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you got it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so you could say like, what's once in a minute, twice in a moment, and never in 1,000 years. That works.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't get it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a point.
Yeah.
I'll give you a point for that.
Can I take back that statement?
Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You live in a one-story house.
How many of these are there, Nelson?
Entirely. I've got 3 more. I'm doing all of them. You live in a one-story house made entirely of redwood. Yeah. What color would the stairs be?
Any color I want.
Why? Maybe it's not your house.
But
you live in it.
You can paint redwood.
You can't. You're allergic to paint.
What? Someone else can paint redwood. Yeah. And then put a lacquer on it. So my allergic reaction. So I'm saying my answer is technically correct. Any other answer could also be correct.
No, your answer is definitely not correct.
Okay. I feel like the trap that you want me to fall into is if I say red. Is that right?
Well, so far you've just been entirely wrong.
Okay.
Every single thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Camber, would you like the answer?
Sure.
Because you're an idiot.
Okay,
I'll do that part for you.
Thank you. Can you do it do an impression of me saying it?
Hey, I'm Kevin. I'm an idiot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I like how everyone's impression of everyone else is that voice.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, Nelson, I'm a dickhead.
But maybe does that mean that maybe you're the only one that doesn't realize that everybody else sounds like I don't know. Anyway,
that's good. What's the answer?
The answer is what stairs? It's a one-story house.
You could have step up to the front door.
Yeah, like a little concrete step. Yeah. In which case, okay, in this, there's concrete stairs up to this place. What color are the stairs?
Grey.
That's a shade. I'm sorry, people. The answer is any color. You can paint it. But definitely not grey.
Any color but grey.
Or black or white.
I'm a bloody dickhead.
Yeah, you bloody dickhead. Here's another one.
Yep.
What belongs to you, but other people use it more than you? Now, for this, I will give you 1 point if you can guess the correct answer. And 2 points if you can guess the answer that I came up with, which I think is fucking brilliant.
Okay. So what belongs to you, but other people use it more than you?
Yeah. So I think that there can be more than what I reckon there can be even more than 2 things. Because there's the answer. There's something I thought of.
Okay. I'll try and think out loud here.
Yeah. Think out. Sorry, I'm not helping either.
Let me externalize my internal thoughts. Shit, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for this. And Nelson is looking at me expectantly.
What is the time? Okay, wait. I feel.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
I feel like you need to break it down, right? Because this is okay. So what belongs to you, right?
So it needs to be something kind of metaphysical.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So
because it has to belong to like everyone.
This doesn't make sense with something like your time or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a thing.
Yeah.
So what belongs to you, but people use it more than you? Then you get into the whole nature of what really belongs to anyone.
No, nothing belongs to anyone. Yeah, that's the answer.
I don't know. For the sake of getting to the next segment.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I just thought that I thought you might get that one. Okay.
I'm not very good.
I know, but it's not the point. Okay.
Give me the actual answer, and then I want to hear yours.
Okay. The actual answer is your name.
Sure. Michael agrees.
My answer is a doorbell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yep, they both work.
I was pretty happy with that because I was like, I reckon the person who thought this out was like, oh, there's no other answer for this one. Only this one. Doorbell, mate. I own a doorbell.
I mean, we don't, but...
Intercom.
We own an intercom.
Actually, we're renting. Oh, shit. Last one.
Sure.
Gambo,
I'll get this one.
This one's easy.
And if I don't, I'm a dickhead.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you prefaced that. An electric train is traveling 100 miles per hour north. There is an easterly wind blowing at 30 miles per hour. Which way is the smoke from the train blowing?
Well, Nelson.
Think you know this one, do you?
It depends. Did the train... Is it got a fault?
Has it got a fault?
Yes.
Nope.
Then...
Perfectly good train.
Then I don't see a reason that it would be producing smoke other than if there was an electric fault that was producing smoke. That you're telling me there isn't.
There is no electric fault
Right.
producing
And
smoke.
it obviously doesn't have a chimney.
Why would it have a chimney?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the question you're asking, just to be clear,
Yeah.
electric train,
Yeah.
traveling however fast you said.
Yeah.
Wind blowing how whatever speed you said
Yeah.
in the direction. What direction is the smoke going?
Yeah.
Smoke from the train?
Which way is the smoke from the train blowing?
There is no smoke from the train.
Why is that?
It's an electric train.
Wrongy.
Oh, no.
Wrong again.
What you need is
That's
that
what-
klaxon sound from QI.
Yeah.
That's what you need lined up.
Yeah. You would think it's because it's an electric train.
Yeah.
But there was a passenger on the train smoking in between the carriages.
Right.
So the answer is west. The smoke coming from the train, because he was on the train. Yeah, it's actually west.
Yeah.
Is what I was looking for.
Yes, west. Now that you've said that other bit of information, very clear to me. Can't believe I missed that bit of information.
It's embarrassing being your friend sometimes.
I can only imagine.
The answers were so clear.
Dear listener, what did you think of the riddle segment?
Okay, do you know what I think? This is probably far worse for you than I think. Hopefully it was the listener, because I think it's the same for this riddle show. Like, as soon as they say the riddle, theoretically all our listeners are also trying to think of the answer.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit more enjoyable
Oh, no,
than it sounds listening to us try to figure it out.
We should also point out as well, because I've had people tell me about things. If you have a segment from a podcast that you listen to that you want us to do, feel free to tell us that as well.
Get on it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, most of mine are movie podcasts, and
Yeah.
we're all going to get a bit
Well,
sameish
I'm
soon.
starting to like this podcast, Hey Riddle. I saw on Twitter actually, and I was like, oh shit, I need a new segment. I'll listen to these guys.
Yep.
And so that's what I've been doing actually. Twitter's got a pretty good podcasting.
That's why we're so big
sphere.
on Twitter.
So we're bloody huge, mate. All right. We can finally get into the last segment of the show.
Yes.
You ask me anything. We're listeners of the show, just like you, listener Ted, can
Ooh.
ask us anything you want.
Yep.
What you got, Canberino?
I have one here, AMA. It's from Stacey.
Okay.
It says, "Hi boys. Given Christmas is around the corner, I would like to get in the spirit by asking you both what you want for Christmas. And none of this, I don't really want anything bullshit, please." Mm-hmm. I also have a follow-up question. That is against the rules, but I guess we will allow it. If I got you a Christmas tree and promised to put it up and promised to take it down, would you let me? Maybe it wouldn't do anything, but you could maybe look at maybe you will look like and feel your cold, dead hearts come back to life. All my love, Stacey. So that's 2 questions.
It was. But just maybe you will look at it and feel your cold, dead hearts. Anyway, never mind. We do have cold, dead hearts because we don't care about Christmas. And if there's any kids listening, Santa's not real.
Let's go backwards. Let's answer the second question first.
Okay.
Sure. If you want to bring a Christmas tree over and put it up,
Is it real or is it fake? There's
Fake.
more.
Fake
There's
for
more
sure.
questions that I need to. Okay. Yeah.
because the thing is, the reason we don't put Christmas decorations up is because we can't be bothered.
Yeah,
I feel.
yeah. That's
it's
very
not
good.
that we're not like the Grinch where we see Christmas decorations and like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's just, we just can't be bothered. Like, what's the point of it? It's just us two.
But I think follow up sort of to that. We can't be bothered decorating the tree, but also this includes if baubles fall off during the duration.
They're not getting picked up.
They're going to be on the floor.
They're not getting picked up.
So I would prefer... No, in fact, it's going to be annoying. I'm going to be annoyed if they're there.
Yeah, okay. So decorationless tree.
Decorationless tree or like heavily duct tape tinsel to each branch.
Yep.
So that there is no chance of anything.
I'd be happy with the tree just with lights.
Yeah, lights are good. Lights are good.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay for the power though? Stacey?
Yep.
Stacey going to pay for the electricity we waste? Hopefully.
So as for question 1,
Yeah, okay.
and this is a Reddit on Reddit first.
Okay.
I decline to answer.
What? You can't do that.
Well, this is the thing, Nelson.
Okay.
This is a sneaky tactic.
Yeah.
Because listeners of the show, astute listeners might know that Stacey is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we have decided, since we will be on a plane on Christmas Day, that we will buy each other a present to give each other on the plane. I've already purchased her present, and she has admitted to me she is stuck for an idea.
This is sneaky.
So
What?
I would just be caving in to what I'm going to call as just a blatant cheat,
Okay.
and I decline to answer.
Oh.
But Nelson, by all means,
I feel used.
by all
I
means,
feel
Nelson,
used.
what would you like for Christmas?
My answer's pretty simple.
Yep.
Australia.
They actually, you know
That's all I
what,
want.
Stacey? Australia.
Yeah.
Australia. Yeah.
We'll go halvesies.
Yeah, we'll go halvesies in Australia, please.
Or $100 billion.
$100 billion, whichever is easier
We
for
could
you.
buy it. We could buy it with that amount. We don't need it. If you've got some change to spare, throw in New Zealand. I've got a hilarious practical joke I want to play.
New Zealand, more like old Zealand. Oh, no.
Got him.
Just kidding. Now you're Australia. Just kidding. We don't want you. What a roller coaster.
Right. Good. Answered. Next question is from Justin.
Okay.
Hey guys, I've been playing Would You Rather with my nephews and thought I'd give you a couple of good ones. 3. A couple is 2, but that's fine. Would you rather be locked in...
Justin. No, look, Justin, I'm going to let you off this once, but if you fuck up that badly again...
I haven't let them off the hook yet. It still hurts.
Okay. Go on.
I might one day. Would you rather be locked in a room that is constantly dark for a week or a room that is constantly bright for a week?
Dark.
Yeah, I think dark too.
Yeah.
Yeah, bright would annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Okay, dark. Good.
Since there's 3, we don't have time to really discuss.
Yeah. Well, since there's 3, but you've promised us 2, we have to very quickly go through them all.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a horrible job but be able to retire comfortably in 10 years, or have your dream job but have to work until the day you die?
Well, if you get your dream job, surely you're happy. Like you enjoy doing it.
No, I disagree.
Stan Lee, for instance.
Yep.
Tying it back to the very start. He obviously had his dream job,
Yes.
and he did it to the day he died. And that video just before he died, he was like, fucking love it.
That's true. I reckon could be a bit of an outlier, though. I've been of the
But
opinion...
I'm saying, I want to be the outlier.
That's
the point.
Yeah. But because my point was going to be, I think that I reckon it's only come to my attention recently that if you do something that you really love for work, then you can't then do that after work, and work becomes like a... there's always things in kind of every job that nobody really loves so much.
Yeah.
And if you're like essentially contractually obliged to do this job, then you end up hating it and you end up not loving your,
Nelson, let me give you a piece of advice I've just come up with.
Yep.
If you do what you love for a job, never work a day in your life.
Yeah. But see, I think that is not true.
The advice I just made up.
The advice that you just made up, I also then just had the epiphany that I think that's not true. But I don't know.
We don't have time to go into it, Nelson.
But because 10 years isn't that long.
No.
To then retire.
Yeah. They didn't...
And then you can do
retire
your dream job, quote unquote, as a hobby for the rest of your life.
Here's the thing. You can retire, and you can retire very comfortably. And there's a big difference between those two. I know people that have retired that are living like pension check to pension check. I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life.
It literally says in the question, retire comfortably.
But I want very comfortable.
Okay. No, I think I'd just be okay
I want at points for me to be like, I almost have too much money.
Oh, you want?
That's how comfortable I am.
$100 billion, don't you?
Yeah.
Or
Australia.
I think I would just be okay. I think I'd just be okay with comfortably. Yeah. No. I don't need a huge amount of money.
I have a certain amount of decadence that I require.
Alrighty. Last one.
Yep.
3 out of 2. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die? In brackets, you can't change the time or method of your death.
How?
Yeah, how? Actually, we had this one before.
Possibly. Justin. Look, that was the last straw for him.
That was my I
gave him that one chance.
Yeah,
you remember?
That chance, and yet he continued to go against your wishes.
How?
Yeah, because presumably...
Because if they're like,
Just
you'll die on a
old age.
plane, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be on a plane a few times. It just makes it more exciting, I guess.
Oh, really? Okay. I feel like that.
If I was counting down the days, I'd just go crazy.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty great. But then you could get your affairs in order.
That's true.
See?
Yeah.
Like you might be able to, because especially if you're talking about like retirement, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could be like, well, I need to only learn way less because I know when I'm going to die. So then I can.
Yeah. I could retire very comfortably.
Yeah, you're very comfortably. If it's tomorrow, I've got all this cash.
Guys, if it's tomorrow, I have $1,200 to blow.
Yeah, that's right.
Not to brag, but oh boy.
Yep. Get me some cocaine. And then, plot twist, you die of an overdose. Radio, that's it. For all the questions.
On all of Reddit.
On all of Reddit, that's it.
We went to them all.
We
no need to go on anymore.
Completed it. Thank you, Justin, and thank you, Stacey, for writing in.
Yep.
If you would like to write into the show, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com, at Facebook, at Twitter, at our subreddit. They're all READIT podcast. We'd really love it if you could subscribe to the podcast and rate us on iTunes or whatever podcasting app you're listening to.
Yep.
And if you have an idea for a podnapping segment,
send it through.
Send it
Not
through.
you, Justin.
Justin, mate, you've let us down so many times in
Yep.
one email. I'd hate to see what you do for a second one.
Oh, there's something called Ask Reddit on the Reddit on Reddit. Oh, Justin.
God. Also, don't be worried that we'll make fun of you if you write in, and we'd really appreciate if you did. So, Justin was an outlier.
It's my turn for podnapping next.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have heaps. But do send them in.
Yeah.
I don't need them?
Yeah.
Send them in.
Send them in. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we will read you later.